Record. We're recording. That's what I was going to do. So those of you that couldn't make it on could be on. I'm going to send one quick more reminder. Because I really want everybody, I'm going to send it, hold up, real quick.
Mommy.
Yeah, honey. I know. Friends, huh? Our friends are on there. Okay. I am going to go ahead and get started, as this will probably take up majority of the time. So we're going to get started. If anybody has any questions or wants to add anything or say anything, put it in the chat, so then I'll stop. Or just unmute yourself and then add in. But this is so good, you guys. And I was going through calls from last year, and I was going through the calls, and I just kept thinking to myself, I'm like, what does our team need? What do our leaders need? And it really stuck out to me about growth and about going from point A to point B, but recognizing the steps in between point A and point B. So, and how you're dealing with that, and how you're coping with that, and how you as a leader are still continuing to grow, regardless of what's happening around you, regardless of if you're promoting or not promoting, just what is happening in your business and every day. So here we go. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So today, again, for those of you who just popped on, we are talking about level 10 leadership and the growth of being a level 10 leader. Motivation is a choice. Getting to events is a choice. Getting to team trainings is a choice. Getting on team Zooms is a choice. Posting on Facebook is a choice. Posting on our team page is a choice. You as a leader have a choice. You have a choice to fill your cup. You have a choice to impact others. And you as a leader have a choice to either impact your team negatively or positively. Personal vision starts with you. And honestly, this is one of the biggest things I think in this business is you cannot get anywhere in this business if you do not have a personal vision of what you want, where you're going, and where you're headed. What do you want your life to look like? I want you guys to get very, very, very clear today about what you want. And I know each one of you guys, I sent out your chart and a letter to about being clear, about being intentional, about knowing what you want. Because if you don't know what you want, how do you know where you're going? Even if we know where we're going, we won't get there if we don't believe it. So you can say, I am double diamond, I am triple diamond, I am presidential, I'm ambassador. But do you 100% believe that you're going to get there? Do you 100% believe that you can be there? Do you 100% believe that you could be standing on stage right next to Mark Pentecost, Pam Souder, Mike Patello, Denise Walsh, and talk right alongside of them? If you have that 1% seed of doubt, I want you to kick that to the curb and have that deep-rooted belief that it is unwavering. No one can touch that. No one can affect that. And I think this is something that as we get higher and higher in this company and have more responsibility, is letting other people affect our belief, letting other people affect our vision, letting other people get in our way of where we're going. It is not our job to know the how, you guys. And I think that's something that people struggle with is, how do I get there? How am I going to be on stage? How am I going to do a 1-team-1 mission? How am I supposed to blitz? It doesn't matter how. You just got to do it. You have just got to step up and do it, you guys. And I think that's something that we overcomplicate this business, I think, as leaders more so than anything. And what's funny is you would think it'd be opposite, but I feel like the higher we get up, we have more roles, we have more responsibility, and we just tend to overcomplicate. And in reality, we need to just do, because A is where we are, and this is something that I think about. If you are, take that back. A is not where all of you are, but I want you to tell yourself, if you are here, you'll know if you're either A or B or in the middle. So I want you to kind of relate to yourself on this next scenario. So if you are A, you are restless, spinning your wheels, and kind of complacent. not really sure where you're going. You've been in the same spot for a while, but you know that B is where you want to go. B has a very, very clear vision of what they want their life to look like, but we need to know how to get from A to B. And the thing is you've got to be excited for change. You've got to be excited for progress. You've got to be excited and push through that middle. Because if I can tell you one thing, you guys, the hardest part is the middle. The hardest part is, you want to be at B. You want to be triple diamond, but it's everything in the middle to go to triple. It's everything in the middle to go presidential. It's everything in the middle to go ambassador. So I want you to take a look at yourself as, how are you going to get through that middle part? How are you going to get through that middle section and reap those benefits? How are you going to go? Because every single one of you have promoted in this business. Every single one of you know the hype, the excitement, the fire, the fun, the passion, the anxiety, the, oh my God, did my last order go in? And I have 5 moves and I just used the 5th one. And oh shit, I still have 10 more volume to move. And the excitement, you guys have all experienced that. Everyone knows the fun of month end. But how are you going to get there again? How are you going to step up and get to B again? So the next part, I love this, because out of 100 people, if you put 100 people in a room, about 5% of those people make it. And I think that's interesting. Out of 100 people, only 5%. So why do so many people fail? Why do so many people give up? Why do so many people step back from their goal? Because the difference between those that experience success and those that don't succeed in this business is in themselves. It is all because themselves. Either fear of doubt, fear of failure, they give up, they know what they want, but they're not clear about what they want. You have to have a worthy goal, and then be successful on purpose. Be intentional on purpose. Be disciplined on purpose. When you have a clear goal, and then start working towards it, that's what's going to happen. It's going to happen. But if you have a goal without action, you're going to continue to stay at A, and you are never going to get to B. The next thing I like about is progressive realization of your goal. And so you're making movement towards it. I want you to take a look at the past year and, what your goal has been. Have you been making steps towards that goal? And if not, how come? Why have you not moved forward? What is standing in your way? And most typically, I know what I can say was myself. It was myself why I didn't go triple diamond for so long. It was myself. It was my fears. It was my doubts. It was my 1%. It was my, am I worthy of this? It was all in my damn head. And I can tell you one thing, that when I told myself enough was enough. But you guys, you can tell yourself enough is enough. But if you go back to the old person in 2 weeks, after conference, after a 1 team, 1 mission, after an event, these things cannot fuel you. You have to have that deep rooted goal, why, dream, that nothing can stop you. Nothing can change that. And you can't be an emotional roller coaster. You just can't in this business. You will continue to stay at A. Do you think that life happens to just you? And I think that's something is that a lot of people play the victim game, not necessarily meaning anyone in particular, just saying people play that game a lot. Are you making conscious decisions on what happens to you, what is said to you? How are you reacting to it? Or are you taking it in and letting it go? And I think as leaders, I struggle with that sometimes, because I have newbies that'll come to me and then trying to take on all their weight. And then I'm feeling like this is happening to me and bringing me down. And then I'm like, oh shit, nope. Out of my head. I just listened, gave advice, and moved forward. And I think that's something that's hard to let it go sometimes, because we want to be the mediator. We want to help them. We want to be there for them, but we can't let that affect ourselves, our mind, our vision, our why, where we're headed. Are you complacent and comfortable? Are you acting like the wrong percentage group of people? Are you acting like the 95% who are moving backwards and giving up? Or are you acting like the 5% who made it? That kind of stuck with me a lot when I thought about that. Can you stand in a room and honestly say you're the 5%? A level 10 leader doesn't mean you start when you have a team. There is no end to a level 10 leader. Personal growth is a journey. It's not created in a day, but over time. You are more confident as a level 10 leader, but it's also how strong are you as a leader right now? How strong is your product knowledge? How strong are you at generating leads? Are you raising your own leadership lid and trying to every single day? Are you challenging yourself? And are you becoming good at least at one thing? And I think that's something that, reflecting as I was going through this call and thinking about things, I was reflecting and I was thinking to myself that product knowledge is something that I want to work on and I want to be good at. Because we can all be good at more than just one thing. You know, we can be good in all different areas, but it's up to you to take that step. It's up to you to, you know, your leadership, the comp plan, the e-suite, products, social media. You got to be good at something and then share that with others. So now we're going to go into, if anybody has anything, again, just type it in the chat, but or any aha moments or anything that you want to share. But the next thing we're going to go into is 5 ways to grow your own leadership lid. And this is probably going to be, I'll probably have to post this for you guys because it's kind of a lot. But I'm going to go through each thing. And then again, if you have anything you want to say, just let me know. So number 1 is 5 ways to grow your leadership lid is someone that number 1 is someone that knows what they want and where they're headed. Sorry, somebody was unmuted. Okay. Someone that knows what they want and where they're headed. Challenge yourself to be a different person 1 year from now. And that's not talking about income or recruiting or anything like that. It's about, are you stronger? Are you more positive as a person overall? Have you changed? And it begins and ends with a daily decision that you make. It begins and ends with you deciding that you are no longer going to be where you are right now. So come next July, you know, are you happier? Are you more passionate? Are you more excited? Have you made more friends? Have you made more of an impact on your team? Are you a better leader? Do you know more about the products? Do you know more about the comp plan? You know, and it doesn't have to be about, you guys, it doesn't have to be about income. It can be about any little thing. I just want to know that, are you improving every single day in this business? And if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling complacent, if you're feeling like you're not moving, it's because you as a leader are not growing. It comes back to you. And that's something that I have to look at myself every day and say, okay, what am I going to do differently today than yesterday? And then I think about my month last month and I say, okay, what did I do in June? And what am I going to do differently? Don't keep reading the same personal development books. Don't keep listening to the same calls. You've got to challenge yourself in this business if you want to move forward, you guys. And so for me, products is my thing because I'm such a damn red, and I'm like compensation plan, charting, compensation plan. Like, we could have 1,000 trainings over that and I can nail down everything on that. Now, if we go over to the product side, I can tell you about one ingredient and all of them, but I want to know more. I'm eager and hungry to know more. And, you know, and that's something that for me is I love listening to some of you when you talk about products because I learn something new every single time. So not only are you learning and growing, but are you retaining information? And I think that is hard as a leader, as there's so much that we listen to. There's so much that's thrown at us. But are you getting little bits and pieces and then keeping them? You know, are you asking good questions? And that doesn't mean every question's a stupid question or that sort of thing. It's meaning, are you asking a question to get an answer? Or are you just asking a question to ask a question? So kind of think about that. So number 1, again, was someone that knows what they want and where you're headed. Number 2 is grow your influence by adding value. And that typically just means by leading others, growing your team, growing your influence. The way people follow you is by adding value to their life. So you have to be in service first, you guys, and the money will come. Now, most of you guys know my journey. Most of you guys know when I started, but I started this business in March 2013. And when I started this business, I did it for myself. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know that I had to be a leader. I didn't even know that I could make a good paycheck in this business. I just had an ID number, a password, and that's about all I knew. Then I was signing loyal customers, I was signing distributors, and I didn't know where to put them. But it took me, you guys, 14 months, okay? 14 months to realize that I had to put others before myself. If I wanted to be successful in network marketing, it was not about me. It's not. And so if you right now think it's about you, or you might thinking like, gosh, like, why isn't my team working? It starts with you. You. And I can say that right now, that if your team numbers are down this month, where are yours? You know, where are your numbers at? Go look in the e-speed. Where are you? And if you know what? And if people just aren't working, then they're not working if yours are up. So don't just realize that it starts with you, and you've got to be a selfless leader in this business. Provide a service that people need. You know, they need it. Either being a good friend, you know, just helping them find their happiness in the products in this business. People need and want what we have, you guys. And also, how can you give back? You know, how can you give back to your team? And again, that doesn't have to be money. It doesn't have to be big events, certain things, but how can you give back to them? Because giving back can be a thank you card. It can be, you know, hey, I can take you to team training if you don't have a ride. Just think about little things about how you can be in service to your team. Pour energy in your team and help your new distributor find their place within this team. Identify their strengths. Identify what they're good at. Get the people right, and then the money will come. Are you adding value to your life, your family, and your team? Help your team experience success just as much as you are. And I can tell you it is so much more fun to go to the top with people than to go by yourself. So bring your teams with you. Number 3 is taking control of your thoughts and emotions, raising your emotional IQ. This is something that I think that if every single one of us could master, we'd be Ambassador Diamond right now. Simple as that. We all know how to sign a loyal customer. We can all sign a distributor. We can do that. But it's our thoughts and our minds that stop us from every other thing in this business. Okay. Shh. I'll be with you in a minute, okay? Cool. Go eat it. Go sit and eat it. We are what we think about, you guys. Like there's nothing else to that. Taking control of your mindset. Think about yourself. Where is your mind invested? Are you on an emotional roller coaster? Are you up and down in this business? You know, one of the biggest things is we get sidetracked easy in this business. So don't get sidetracked. Set up those healthy boundaries of, you know, you are responsible for your encouragement to your team. You can encourage down and vent up, but is it more drama than venting? And I want you to think about that for a second. Are you putting and speaking life into your team, or is it negativity? Is it, and even if people aren't running auto ships, you guys, even if people aren't doing things, I know how frustrating it is. Believe me, there's some days where I just want to turn off my phone and be like, I'm over it. I am over it. Nixon, take that out there, buddy. Go play. And there's some days where I'm just like, I'm over this. I don't want to listen to it because I have to turn off my phone. And we as leaders, it sucks, but we have to bite our tongues. We really, really do. We have to bite our tongues. We have to be the bigger people. Yes, we can give the constructive criticism, but we do not want it to be the main focus of our team messages, of our team pages, of our conversation. We want it to be positive, uplifting, and encouraging. Something that I have to say is quit letting other people's problems be your problem. I can't even say that enough because that's something that I used to do all the time. It's not your problem. If your team has a problem and they're talking to you about it, oh, okay, sorry. Quit letting it be your problem. How are you responding to negativity on your team pages, and do not respond emotionally? So that's kind of something to think about, is if you are not in a place to respond yet, don't respond. Do not respond. Put your phone down, walk away, take a breath, do what you need to do before responding, because you need a good gut check. Do not fall into the negativity. Read between the lines of emotion and not respond with emotion. Think about why people post. Nixon, honey, you need to go out for a second, okay? I'll be with you in a minute, babe. You need to realize why people post what they do. And I think that's something that's hard for us to understand sometimes, is that why do people post things? Why do people say things? Why do people respond the way they do? But you as a leader, be selfless and realize that people, say things out of anger. People say things out of hurt. So don't let outside circumstances. Hold on, I'm sorry. Okay, go out there. Go. Don't let outside circumstances affect your business and your team. The next one is motion, physical movement to get your emotions to calm down. So change your focus, get out of the room that you were in, close the book that you were reading, get out of the text that person you were talking to, go outside, get up and do something. If you are feeling sorry for yourself, get up and get moving. Go take a walk, go to the park, go to the gym. Physical movement will help calm down the emotion. This is something that I love this. So we're talking about the middle movement, you guys, from A to B. So what we do privately is often rewarded publicly. I thought that was kind of interesting. So growth we experience are the result of the physical expression of what's going on inside of us. So manage your emotions, your thinking, and your belief. You are what you are, because that is where you truly want to be. I'm going to repeat that one more time. You are where you are right now because that is where you truly want to be. Because you want it, you want to be there, whether you admit it or not. Because you would be at the next level right now if you wanted to be. You would be moving forward right now if you wanted to be. And I think that was when I was going through my notes again this morning, it literally hits home for me over and over and over and over again. Because when there's days where I feel like I don't want to do anything, I choose to be there. I choose to not do anything. I choose to, read 5 pages of my personal development book instead of 10. I choose to follow up with 5 people instead of 15 people. I choose to go to bed at 8 o'clock or 9, you know what I mean? So think about the things that you choose to do because you are where you are, because that is where you truly want to be. Because if you didn't want to be there, you would move. You would get out of that complacent spot. You would push yourself to the next level. You would open that compensation plan. You would pull out that product pamphlet. You would be doing a live virtual party each night for your team. And this isn't meaning that that you're trying to exhaust yourself or wear yourself out by doing all of these different things, but it's about taking yourself to the next level. So what you're currently doing right now, how are you going to extend that? So if you're doing a personal development book right now that you're learning so much from, how are you going to pick an even more challenging one to learn from the next time? If you know how to chart to diamond, if you know how to chart to double, and you know how to chart to triple, do you know what all the generational bonuses are? Do you know the CAB bonuses? Do you know which level you're making the most money on? If not, you need to open the eSuite. Look at your compensations. Look at your commissions. Look at your check and see, okay, what levels am I earning the most on? Who am I getting the most percentage on? Who am I going to work with? And that's what I'm talking about as the leaders that we are right now. How are you going to get more in depth? How are you going to push yourself? Rather than going through the motions every day of the text messages, the Voxers, the Zooms. No, how are you going to push yourself to the next level? And that is ultimately up to you, because you are the only person that knows how they can go to the next level. So it's for you to decide that. Number 4 is one of my favorites, and it's becoming a student of success. Becoming a student of this business. Are you asking the right questions? Success leaves clues. So are you becoming a student from that right 5%? So again, are you watching, learning, and listening from Denise, from Joel and Stephanie, from Mark and Mike and Cammie and Pam? Or are you over here caught up in John Eric, in Madra, and people that are not following compliance, and people that are blasting all over social media because they're loud and they're good at what they do? They know what they're doing because they're grabbing your attention. So that's something that I was thinking about, is that I can easily get sidetracked on other things that are happening, on other things that are being said, and other things that are going on. But I want you to realize that what you focus on, what you're being a student of and listening to on social media from our leaders is what you're going to follow. So naturally, you're going to follow that because you're continuing to watch, listen, and learn. So are you being a student of the right person? And then number 5 is step up. You need to rise up and get out of your comfort zone. If you want to be a level 10 leader, come here. If you want to be a level 10 leader, if you're not nervous about doing a party, a virtual party, a live party, a face-to-face party, then you are bored. And that stuck out to me too, you guys. So if you do not get nervous or excited about what you're doing, then you're bored. You are simple as that, bored at what you're doing. If you are nervous, this is a good thing. This is a very good thing because it's an expression. It's an excitement. It is a passion. You are still having fun. And if you're not having fun, why not? Something that stuck out to me is that a couple of you guys have reached out to me and been like, I'm going to go back to doing this. I was good at this. I was getting more attention at this. You know why, you guys? You know why you want to go back to that? Because you were having fun doing that. You were excited doing those certain things. You were seeing results in those certain things because you were excited. You were having fun. Your passion was showing through and people were grabbing onto that. When you try to do other things that other people are doing and looking left and looking right, it doesn't work for you, don't do it. Don't get caught up in it. Don't do it. You need to do what works for you and be good at that and continuing to be a student of this business and continuing to learn new things and to grow in every aspect that you possibly can. The next thing to end with is, are you leading from the front? Simple as that. Simple as that. Are you leading team trainings? Are you getting on our team Zooms? Are you getting your team on our team Zooms? Are you getting your team-to-team trainings? Are you letting your team know, hey, there's a One Team, One Mission next month on August 21st from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Will I see you there? Are you letting them know? It is up to us that even because events are created and things are posted on the team page, how long did it take you to know naturally that that was going to be there? How long did it take you naturally to know when team trainings were every Tuesday night, our team Zooms are on Monday at 9 p.m.? You know, there's a thing about being close to the fire and staying plugged in, but it's also a thing about educating our newbies on where to go and guide them in that direction. We can tell them, but we have to guide them. We have to show them. And that comes along with, okay, so I've told them 25 times, but they're still not retaining this information. That's choice. Now, if somebody's coming to you and say, hey, Allie, like, I remember you said there was a team Zoom at 9 p.m. tonight. Where can I find that info? That's different. Hey, Allie, you said that there was a One Team, One Mission next month. Where's it at? What time is it at? And where's the hotel? I know for me, I'm like, oh my God, I've told you this 3 times now. But they clearly want to be there, you guys. And so it's something for us to humble ourselves as leaders and realize that these people want it. We've got to just be patient and work with them until they get it. Because remember where you started. If it took me 14 months to get it, to understand, and to move forward, I think to myself, holy shit, I'm in a world of hell with some of my newbies. And then I have to realize that it's okay because people learn at different paces. We've got rock stars. We all have rock stars. We all have runners. And then some of us have walkers. Some of us have 400 legs that have been a 400 leg for 2 years. And that's okay. You have to recognize and realize the difference because we all know motion creates emotion. So you want to be moving. Are you doing something right now that scares you? And if not, then why not? Why are you not growing? Why are you not pushing yourself? Level 10 leaders are constantly challenging themselves, pushing themselves, and rising up to the next level. I want you guys to know that this was a lot of information.
Sorry, can you repeat that last part, please? The level 10 leader is what?
Yep. Are you doing something right now that scares you? And if not, then why not? Level 10 leaders are constantly challenging themselves to move and grow and rise up. And so I want you guys to kind of take a look at just kind of today's Zoom and realize, are you a level 10 leader? Are you where you want to be? And if not, it's going to start with you. You have to 100% take full responsibility of your actions, your life, your business, your choices, because it all comes back to you. So these 5 ways that we've gone over today, how are you going to improve? And this is something that I love in this business, and it's not sitting here me saying like, hey guys, we all need to do this or this. No, and I want to improve. If you are not constantly hungry for more, wanting to improve, wanting to be a better leader, a better person, better mom, wife, friend, whatever that may be, you're going to stay where you are. And if you're okay with being where you are, then great. But if you want to move forward and you want to push yourself and you want to grow, then you've got to move. You've got to get up and you've got to make the choice that you decided that you're going to move. You decided that you're going to take your team to the next level. You decided that you're going to take yourself and that comp plan and demolish it. You decided that you are going to be so consistent on these products that everyone's going to want to use them. You know, you have decided that you are where you are because it's where you want to be. Does anybody have anything else that they want to add or they want to share? Or any aha moments that they might have had?
I think what stuck out to me the most is you are where you are because it's where you want to be. I think that's something that I'm going to share with my team because I have standstills and I am kind of being a standstill right now, and it just sticks out because it makes me realize I need to take more action.
And I love that. And sometimes we don't realize it. You know, we're just going through the motions. We're spinning our wheels. We're just doing our everyday, day-to-day tasks and posting and following up. And then we realize that when we have to stop and reflect and realize that, have we grown? You know, are we progressing? Or are we just sending messages? You know, are we just sending messages? Are we just posting? Are we not having fun? And I think that's something that I constantly have to remind myself, that you have to have fun in this business so you don't get burned out. You have to have fun in this business so you can do it for 20, 30, 40 years. So thanks for sharing that, Taylor. I completely agree.
I have an aha moment too, quite a lot, but one of mine was how you said to remind people and educate people, and people aren't, I mean, it took us a long time to, you know, be plugged into Zooms and corporate calls and things like that. And I think with me, at least, I get stubborn because I feel like at this level, I'm on them, so why aren't people? But I think I need to stop thinking that way and learn that that's how I learned, was from education. And so my team needs that too. And I think letting stubbornness get away is a big downfall for me, and just kind of expecting that people will be plugged in and they will be doing these things. And so that was just huge for me, just to kind of get off my high horse, I guess, and get more involved with educating them and inviting them to be on there with excitement, because then they might be on there.
That's a really good point.
Who's talking? Is that Nicole?
Yeah,
Hey, Nicole.
that's a really good point, Kylie, because that was one of my aha moments too. And then just like, if you're standing in a room, am I that 5%? And then one other thing that was an aha for me was number 3, where it says take control over your own thoughts and emotions. Like, I have really been working on this for like the last couple months, and I know that it just is going to take time, but like, I let little things get to me, whether it be in the business or my daily life, and I like meddle on it and for way too long. And I need to just keep working on it, but I'm getting better to where the point where I'm learning to like let things go. And like Bryce says it to me all the time, where he's like, is this affecting you? Is it going to affect your life or your business, or is it affecting us? And most of the time the answer is no. And he's like, then let it go. Don't let it bug you if it's not, and just let it go. And I need to just get better at that. So number 3 like really hit home for me, because I'm kind of learning to be that way.
Same here, Nicole. I completely agree with that. And especially when you try to take on so much on your plate, and then you realize, like, crap, that's not even my issue. I was just supposed to be an outlet to listen and to help, and then to move forward and not take it all in. And I agree too with you, Kylie, because I am that way too. I'm such a damn red that I'm like, God, why don't you get it? You know, why don't you understand? And this and that. And then I have to think to myself, wait, I didn't start this business as a red. I started this business as like a freaking purple. I don't even think I was on that color wheel. I don't even know what I was doing for 14 months. And so I think that's something that I have to remember, is that we all started somewhere. and it's up to us to educate and to help our team get from point A to point B. Does anybody else have any other aha moments or anything else they want to share?
Also with that one too, I love that you said, yes, educate, and yes, get them excited, and yes, tag them and like do all those things, but also know that after, you know, numerous times, you have to realize that it is a choice too. And I think that's something that I need to let go of too more, is reminding them once, and if they accidentally forget or something happens or whatever, if they're plugged into the next event, you know, that's great. But if they're not, over and over and over again, you can't keep dragging them. You just got to move on and let them go. So I needed to hear that one too.
For me, I need to hear about speaking life into people more so than I have been, and being more positive on my team. Was she done? I'm confused.
Yeah, she is.
Okay. Just like speaking life into my team and being more positive, because with everything that's been going on in my life, I've been super distracted by everything, and it's been seeping into my team, you know, and feeling like I'm not doing enough. And I've been totally putting everything on the back burner with my business, and it's really affected me like a lot financially. So it's about being where you want to be, and that really stuck out to me because I'm choosing to focus on the negative and focus on everything that's going wrong instead of focusing forward on what I want and what I want to achieve and how I'm going to get there. So that's where I'm refocusing to moving forward to my next goal.
I love that because it's so hard and it gets distracting too of, you know, the negative and things that are going wrong rather than just focusing on what's going right and moving forward. And it is hard. It's hard to move past that, but that's where it comes into place, is having that super, super strong vision and clarity of what you want and where you're going, and then not letting emotion get in the way of that. So we are less than about a minute left, guys. Does anybody have anything else they want to quickly say before we end? Okay, we're going to go ahead and finish up then. Thanks, guys, everybody, for being on. I enjoyed this call so much, and I hope each one of you guys did as well. So, again, if you have anything else, feel free to post it in our message, and then I will get you guys the recording as soon as it is ready. I hope everybody has a good day, and I will see you guys tonight.
Thank you.